Hi guys, my name is Perfection, and welcome to another Pirate101 video. So this is just a list of what I want for 2026 for this game, because I love this game so much, and I feel like all these additions, or at least most of them, or at least these ideas could help make the game healthier, healthier, more enjoyable to play, and more appealing to players who've never even tried this game before. So I want to know what your guys' ideas are. Comment down below. If you haven't subscribed, feel free to. With all that out of the way, let's just go ahead and get this started. Alright, for number one, I want more backpack space. It's not a huge want, but it is on my list because I just find it a little unfair that with membership, Pirates get 120 space while Wizards get 150, which means Pirates have less base backpack space. This will definitely help a lot when it comes to farming, especially since I see people lose such valuable items just because their backpacks are full and their banks are full. It's really depressing to see, really. And yeah, I know I have 160 space. That's just because of a backpack elixir I have on. So yeah, that's really why I have 160 backpack space. But I feel like Pirate space should definitely be the same as Wizards. Now for number 9, I want more gauntlets. The Agrabah gauntlet is pretty fun. I can't lie. Like, I had lots of fun playing it for the first time. However, this is also near at the bottom of my list because there's a lot of things I'd rather haven't prioritized. Especially with how buggy that gauntlet was. Like, y'all remember, like, when people couldn't get pulled into the third fight, I think, or the fourth fight. Like, you would skip dialogue, like, just smash the space bar, and it wouldn't allow you to go into combat. Like, you would have to be careful of that. Otherwise, you would just have to restart because you wouldn't be able to pull enemies in. That was pretty annoying. They fixed that a while back. Another problem I have with the gauntlet though are the drop rates. If there's going to be more gauntlets, I prefer to not pay for them just to have a hard time farming non-existent drop rates. If you spend money for something, you should definitely be able to get it easier. The Wiz Gauntlet gear rates are a good example of what I believe the future Gauntlet gear rates should be, if not higher. Like, the rates back then in the Agrabah Gauntlet were ridiculous. Like, pretty much non-existent. Like, it was very rare to get peas. Like, there was only the universal outfit, which I'm wearing right now. I farmed for the universal outfit, but it wasn't easy to do. The rates were horrible. Like, I swear they're like 1% or something. And the fact that only the final boss dropped them 2. And even the rates nowadays, yeah, they increased them, but still doesn't feel as good. Especially with a group. Like, I swear, whenever I would do solo runs, I would get more drops often than when I'm with groups. And I find that pretty weird to say the least. But yeah, I feel like if they're going to make us pay for stuff, they should make the gauntlet drop rates more desirable. Because really, the only good part about the gauntlet is Monty. Like, you're practically only spending $40 for a companion. Like, that's kind of it. Like, if you just want a companion, go for it. But if you want to farm the gear, might as well just grab someone for that. Like, you might as well ask borrow someone's gauntlet, because buying a gauntlet for farming purposes, not worth it. Wouldn't recommend. Alright, now for number 8. I want a better report system. Unfortunately, there are still lots of weirdos in the Pirate101 community, and they mostly go unmonitored. Some players feel more than free to spread hateful rhetoric and or make players purposely feel uncomfortable. And we all know the report system doesn't do much since support doesn't really look at them. This would definitely be a lot better in the Spar Chamber as well, as there's lots of toxicity there. I have friends who PvP, and every single day they see the same toxic people, and it's really saddening to see because these guys are some players that should have been banned years ago, but aren't, simply because of the horror report system. Even having hall monitors return would be a step in the right direction. Alright, now for number 7. I want a better chat filter system. There are a lot of words you can't say despite them not being offensive or inappropriate at all. You can't even say some companions' names like Bar or some NPCs' names. The chat filter is horrendously outdated, and I would love for there to be a fix for that. Also, you can't even say night or bazaar. Apparently you can say some words of text chat, but with open chat, that's an entirely different story. Which is actually quite funny considering open chat is supposed to be the less censored version of text chat. Now for number 6, I want more companion reworks. Of course it's going to be on the list because I feel Dom's been cooking the reworks lately. It's a little insane that Sunny's companions were horribly designed back then, but slowly, less desirable companions are getting love, and I appreciate that. I also must say, Some of these reworks are hella creative. For example, Mormo and Ukabuga. They have a power that makes enemies' epics become so replaced by Witch Hunter's epic, which helps trigger their Witch Hunters a lot. Also, Musky Sally, for example, has a small gambit on a power where if Otoro is in combat, she won't only buff herself and the target, but she'll also hide. There were concepts like this I made earlier this year, and I'm so glad they're coming true. I look forward to when the Tribal Companions get reworked. They're way too cool to be mediocre. Like, you're telling me someone like K-Will Doomquaw, who looks as cool as this, you're telling me him is this mid? He costs money, by the way. You're telling me that Hoken Doomhorn is this mid while costing money, by the way. Like, you're telling me he's bad? And Itsun especially got done dirty. He is the worst version of Wing Chun. And keep in mind, Wing Chun is free. Itsun is not. Alright, now for number 5, I'm going to be real. I want better reuses of some textures or maps. In some story updates, I'll use Zigzag as an example. The reuse of the map is, to say the least, bad. To this day, you still run from some things, are forced to look at walls during combat. And to this day, we still don't have maps. Like, I'm pressing the M key right now, the symbol above my head, it immediately goes away. Like, there's still no map. And there wasn't a map for, I think since Simba Free, which is actually kind of sad, dude. Like, I would love for there to be maps again. Like, I know it's like an art thing, but at some point, I would love maps to be added to these areas. Especially because I know people who get lost in this area, and I don't blame them. I feel if we're going to keep reusing Whisper areas for story updates, we should definitely make them look more polished and ensure we're not going through walls or barely able to see characters during combat. And more maps would definitely be great. And be able to teleport to friends. This could go for models like companions as well when it comes to reuses. There are some companion models in the files that we have yet to see. I'd love to see them come to light at some point. Also, I want to emphasize a bit more on my map point and the area usage point. Look at this, guys. Do you see this? It is nearly impossible to get past these guys without getting into a fight. Like, if I tried, there's like a very high chance I get pulled by these guys. And it's possible to get around them. You just have to go this way, but even then, it's still super hard to not get pulled by these guys. Like, they're perfectly spaced out to the point where you won't really be able to get past them without, like, I guess luck or proper strategizing. I really don't know. But yeah, this is kind of crazy. These mobs should not be this close. It should not be this hard to get past mobs. And like, I know you can always like teleport and stuff, but you can always flee and teleport to the white fountain that's like around here somewhere. But you shouldn't have to do that. Like, it shouldn't be that hard to get past some mobs. So yeah, I just want to emphasize on that a little bit as well. Now for number 4, I want the paywall pushed back or removed. We all hate the paywall. I think we can all agree when it comes to the fact that it definitely appears way too soon in the game, especially with the newer story content is getting again. I still strongly feel that players should be able to at least finish Skull Island and on Monquista before the first paywall appears, or just remove it entirely. I feel a membership option is a little outdated, especially both for the 1-on-1 games, at least when it comes to areas, considering that both of these games are over a decade old. Like, it's kind of crazy how we still need membership for areas when we have member benefits and all that. It's just a little crazy to me. I feel like if they keep the membership system, they should make all areas free for everyone, but keep the benefits being a member gives. Do keep in mind that members have more advantages than just extra backpack space and member benefits. I feel like removing or pushing back the paywall would give players, especially those coming from Wizard 101, a chance to see they will actually like the game. Because look at the map design here, y'all. Like, early pirate map design was awesome. Like, and it's a shame that many players just stop playing before they even get to the good stuff. Like, in my opinion, the game starts getting exciting when Valencia 1 comes around. But they ain't gonna be able to see that because of the paywall. And some people just get turned off from that. So I really do think areas should just be free for everyone, regardless if you have membership or not. Now, for number 3, something I feel a little stronger about, pet system rework or pet talent reroll system. If you played both Wizard 101 and Pirate 101, you know that pets in Pirate 101 are much harder to make better with. It's already hard to make a good pet, but I want a perfect one. And on top of that, having to wait longer durations of time depending on the pet's level isn't desirable at all. To skip the duration, you have to spend crowns. Well, if you end up spending crowns for a pet fail, especially at level 70, some hybrids are also held to obtain. Some taking people hundreds of more just to get, like, even one hybrid, which is kind of ridiculous, dude. To make pet training more and more bearable, I firmly believe that, first of all, the pet training timer should be heavily decreased, or even better, not exist at all. Wizard101 also has double pet XP elixirs. Those will be a huge benefit to Pirate101 as well, especially for players who don't want to buy a membership. And hybrids really should be easy to get. There should be no reason as to why it takes hundreds of morphs for some of them. My biggest one is especially pet time rerolls. I would happily spend crowns if a pet might fail at something horrible at 70, just to even get the chance to get a desired grant or even choose the grant. A kiosk will also be an amazing addition to the game. Since the community is small, unless they're in Pirate101 with Discord servers, players will have a hard time finding a good pet to morph with. A kiosk would somewhat help solve this issue, I feel. Some people take years to make a desirable pet, and I believe that's unacceptable. Like, I have a friend who took like 2-3 years just for one musketeer pet. Like, y'all know how silly that is? I feel like all these changes would make pet training more bearable and less annoying. Now for number 2. Something I really want a lot. Gold cap increase and Miracle Mish nerf/deletion. Recently, players gained the ability to reach level 75. So you think the gold cap will be increased, right? Well, you thought wrong. We all thought wrong. With how easy it is to get to the gold cap as a max level especially, a new gold cap will be beneficial to players, especially when it comes to paying for Miracle Mish expenses, which is actually my next point. Miracle Mish expenses should be nerfed, or have some type of system in place where he's either removed and replaced with a way to provide companions for free. I get he's supposed to be punishing the players who repeatedly use the same companions, or punishing in general, but a max level companion with free wounds costs over 120,000 gold to revive. Nearly half the current gold cap, by the way. You won't be able to revive 3, possibly even 2 triple wounded companions, and that's extremely punishing, especially for late game. Yes, free Miracle Mish revives are a thing, but only as a member benefit. But what about those who don't buy membership often or at all? The cost being nerfed at the very least will be beneficial to all players. This and new gold cap will be very good for the game. Do keep in mind that in Wizard101, at max level, the gold cap is at over 500,000. I believe it's currently at 525,000. Pirate101 doesn't even have a max level gold cap. And I think that needs to change. And now for the final thing. The one thing I really want the most in this game. Quality of life updates and bug fixes. The top thing I care about in this game, and I can't stress this enough, is quality of life and bug fixes. This game is real with bugs, and the quality of it could be improved, I feel. I know this won't happen for a while, but this will draw more newer players to the game. Also, our parts look much better and realistic as well. There should be no reason as to why Wizard acts like a real person, while my pirate basically just has a PNG as their face. There are some companions I've noticed that got a quality upgrade when it comes to base appearances as well, such as old Scratch with his Shaman look, and Otoro with his most recent promotion. They both look more realistic, and it's easy to tell what changed about them, especially when you compare them to their previous promotions. However, the main favorite quality of life I want is our parts to look and act more realistic, and have some areas be polished up. The companions are fine, but I feel like some of them can use a quality go up eventually. And as for bug fixes, I keep saying this over and over again, but I really and truly don't care about story updates at this point in time. To me, story updates don't seem worth it if there's other bugs that are still in this game, especially for years. Like, I'm gonna be honest, like, so far with all these bugs in the game, it really just feels like this game is just held together with broken dreams and bubblegum. Wait. And I'm not even trying to sound sad either. Like, it's just how I see it. Some bugs that have been in the game for years are such as a pet morphing bug, where sometimes after morphing with someone, you get stuck on the loading screen and have to relog. There's also some bugs that have to do with attack animation, sounds, or even areas themselves. And I think this will be really worth looking at, especially the way its story updates. More specifically talking about Zigzag and Tartarus. Both areas, but especially Zigzag, can be quite buggy, especially with instances that other players can enter while another player is inside that same instance for some odd reason. Like I said earlier, teleporting to your friends would be great as well, but apparently you can't, because I guess that breaks the quest line. That was the case for Trianon. That's what the producer said, but I guess the same thing is probably true for Tartarus and Zigzag. Probably. Like, take my words with a grain of salt. I don't know for sure. Whatever the issue is, it will be very beneficial to fix it so players can completely teleport to their friends without always being in a certain area to do so. Like, To get into Trianon through a friend, you have to be by the west and east wings, so you can teleport to the friend. And in Tartarus, you have to be in General Proc's instance. That's the only way you can teleport to Tartarus. As far as I know, there is no way to teleport to someone in Zigzag. Like, no way at all. I would love for them to hold off on story updates if it meant fixing the game's bugs, making characters look better, and making areas look a lot more polished. Really, I'd rather a lot, if not all these changes, over story updates, which is why you don't see story updates on this list. The Trianon update brought a bit of momentum back to the game, I feel, and I do hope they can keep it up for a while. Because, this game, like, it's been having, I say it had a pretty okay year. Like, a pretty okay year. It's definitely better than last year for sure. We got a new level cap, we got new powers, abilities, new gear, we got reworks. Like, I like it the way this is going. But this game still deserves a lot more love and support. And I know my opinion doesn't really matter all that much out there, but this is just personally my top 10 wants for 2026. Of course, not all of these have to be in 2026, but I would appreciate if just one of these were put in 2026. And as for bug fixes, I know the devs are trying their hardest. Like the devs just recently passed the maintenance update that fixed some bugs, and I appreciate that. Like, they're trying to fix bugs, and I appreciate that because I do think they should be prioritizing bugs over story updates or over gauntlets or like over new content in general. Like, just focus on making the game look good, make the game more desirable, at least push back the paywall, like, just make the game a lot more desirable and interesting. I want to know what you guys think. What's your list like? I just want to go ahead and thank you guys for future subscribers. This was a huge milestone. I was really hoping we hit 300 subscribers by the end of the year, and we did, guys. We did it. I really appreciate you guys for coming in so suddenly. Like, I didn't expect a huge surge of viewers to come in, but I'm happy you guys did. I really am happy for you guys, and I really do appreciate you guys' support. Like, that means a lot to me. Really and truly, your support means a lot to me. Whether you're a Wiz player or a Pirate player or just someone who just happens to watch, but your support means a lot to me. I really appreciate and love you guys. So, with all that out of the way, I'm going to go ahead and see you guys later. Take care of yourselves and have a nice day. Bye-bye.